no one on this earth will love you and care for you and have a burn in his heart for you more than your father. Again, don't come to me later with exceptions, and there's always exceptions. There's always, Ya Latif, very bad fathers, but I'm speaking general. And it's important that you know that your father is the most valuable person in your life. Irrespective of who he is, with all of his flaws and all of his mistakes, he is your father. And I don't know what else to say. How do I say it in a way where, brother, you know your father, he owns you. And some brothers, sometimes they come to me and they mention, and it's like, I try to be nice to them because I don't want to break their hearts, but really, in my message today, I feel like I can't afford to tippy toe because I don't want the message to be distorted in any way, Let me tell you, as they say in Lebanese, brother, let me shoot you straight. Your father, he owns you. You know what he owns you means? He owns you. He owns your clothes. He owns your shoes. He owns your money. Your money? If your father, if, I'm not encouraging fathers, I'm just giving you, if your father took every single dollar you own, you have nothing in front of Allah. You have nothing in the Islamic courtroom. You have nothing because he owns you. He owns your wealth. He owns your clothes. He owns everything about you. He owns you. That's your dad. And don't ever think in your life that any man on this earth will ever love you and care for you and want goodness for you more than your father. Impossible. I'll challenge anyone. My young brother, your father, wallah, the cuff, if your father slapped you with all his heart, the cuff from your father is more beloved, should be more beloved and dearer to you than 1,000 hugs from the boys on the street, from 1,000 hugs from your wife, from 1,000 hugs from your children, because that cuff that comes from your dad, you know exactly where it came from. Whereas those hugs on the streets and those hugs that come from your